Hey guys, what's up? Chemically Elemental here, showing you my paladin build. Whether or not you guys want to use this to create yours, up to you. So I'm a dark elf. The best, I don't know. In my opinion, the best for this is our dark elf Nord or Breton. I think Breton's got a bit more of an advantage over dark elf and Nord. So this video, I'm gonna show you my perks, quests, standing stone, basically loadout, and then I'll show you my armor, weapons, enchantments next video. So I think this might be somewhat long, so I'll try and put my part 2 in the description. So just to start off, this is Lydia. Basically I try to make her paladin also. She's got a mace, ebony mace, she's got a shield. If you could have her with healing spell, I would do that, but I don't think you can. So yeah, she wears that. I wear basically the same thing, but I'm not showing that for this video. That's for part 2. Okay, so we'll start off with enchanting. So self-explanatory. 5 out of 5 for the first one. Go to the second one. If you want to go to this one, that is totally up to you. I find it kind of a wasted perk, and I didn't go to these two because I find these two somewhat of a waste of perks also. But definitely get the top one. It's basically your main goal is the top one. So going to the right, smithing. No matter what you wear, light armor or heavy armor, go up to the right. Reason being is you go up to the right, you can get Daedric weapons, and then you just go one more to dragon, and you can get dragon scale armor. So you get the best armor and the best weapons. That, in my opinion, is the best way to go. You don't have to go into heavy armor, nor do you have to go into light armor. Sorry, that's sneak. If you use potions, you should be easily able to get over the cap, especially if you use the restoration loop. I didn't really have to use that, but I did just to guarantee me make it over that cap. Yeah, that's basically it. So nothing in heavy armor. Block I went into because A, I haven't gotten in it yet, and B, I'd say 50% of the paladins out there, like paladin classes, use shields that I know of. Sorry, sword and healing spell, or sword and shield, or healing spell and shield. So yeah, I went into that. Also, the main reason I went into this is for this perk right here, elemental protection. Increase of, okay, wait. Block move shield reduces incoming fire, frost strike down to 50%. All you have to do is hold the block, but you don't have to actually be looking at the person shooting at you like you would have to if they were doing melee attacks. The next one is shield charge. That's pretty awesome. I like that one. Other than that, the rest of these, in a way, useless. Shield wall only go 1 out of 5 if you're gonna go to deflect arrows. Deflect arrows maxes the cap of blocking. One-hander, 5 out of 5 for the first one. I'm not entirely sure if dual flurry works with a spell in your offhand. If it does, then I would suggest going to this. If it doesn't, then just stay away from this area. But that, again, is up to you, preference. Fighting stance is definite. Same with stab strike. Critical charge is something I would suggest not going into. I went into it because I enjoy doing it, but it doesn't actually do a ton more damage. It's double critical damage based off of your weapon's main damage. So before you enchanted it, upgraded it, you know, anything like that. So I'm pretty sure it's based off. It's like, I think my ebony mace's original damage was either 14 or 18. So double that, and you get your double critical damage of 28 to 36, if I'm not mistaken. Go on master, and it goes right back down to normal base damage. So yeah, useless unless you enjoy the look like me. Archery, definitely not a paladin. Light armor, like I said already earlier. Pickpocket, self-explanatory. Only went into it for the extra 100 carry weight. I'm a hoarder. Speech, higgling. I meant 1 out of 5. Just so I can go up this. To me, higher than 1 out of 5 is useless, because then it starts going up by 5%. Alert, 10% bright prices, averages opposite sex. That goes both ways, whether you're female or male. There's a lot of good male and female merchants out there. Merchant is great, because any item to any merchant, that's great. Investor is great. If you invest in a Riverwood guy, he gets up to 10k. Can barter with any merchant you have invested in is also good. Can barter stolen goods, sorry. Because you don't have to go into the Thieves Guild at all then if you get this perk. And you don't care for Thieves Guild. Every merchant in the world gains 1,000 gold. That's just if you really got the perk for it. Alchemy self-explanatory. 5 perks in the first one and then the next 2. Illusion is a preference. I went into it because I haven't used it yet and I enjoy illusion. I guess basically the only thing that's somewhat paladin like is the fact that you can use Master of the Mind. Illusion spells work on undead, danger, and automations. Rage, in my opinion, is awesome. I love how you can make people attack each other and kill each other. It's cool. What's this one? Fear spells work on it. I don't care for fear spells. Sorry. The only time I care for fear spells is if it's on an extremely high guy that does a shitload of damage, and you want him to run away instead of attack you. Calm is good if you're a vampire, and dual casting is good. It's the only skill tree that dual casting is actually good with, and the other perks like Animage and Kindred's Mage just stack with, just make your spells able to cast on higher level enemies. Quiet casting is also pretty good. I didn't get master perk for that because I hate master spells except for restoration spells. Conjuration didn't do anything. Destruction, I kind of wasted 2 perks here. You only have to go into 1 augmentation if you're not going to put fire and shock, or fire and frost, or frost and shock on 1 weapon. If you're only going to put, if you're only going to do what I did, which I'll show you in my next video, then only go into 1 of those. What I did, I guess I put I put fire on, and I put turn undead. So that's, you only need 1 augmentation. So if you're gonna do shock, do augmented shock, do shock, and then turn undead. If you're gonna do fire augmentation, and then turn undead and fire. Restoration, self-explanatory, except for the fact that I didn't go up at all. I made restoration cost 0, so if you're gonna do that, don't go up in restoration. Don't waste the perks. Same with illusion. If you're gonna make it cost 0, don't go up to the left, very left of it. So healing spells restore stamina. That's a definite. Regeneration healing spells cure 50% more. It's definite. Necromage is also definite because it's more of the paladin way. All spells are more effective against undead. Necromage also works perfectly if you're a vampire. Necromage vampires are pretty good, and this basically makes every effect that you have on yourself 25% stronger. I'm sure you guys can find a video on that. Dual casting is useless in restoration. Magic could regenerate 50% faster. That's, to me, a good one. Avoid death is up to you. If you're making restoration cost 0 like I did, this really is not something you need. Playing on master, maybe, if you don't have what I'm going to show you next. But I just enjoy it because it's something enjoyable to have, just to basically back your ass up if you ever fuck up. Okay, alteration I did not go into for the fact of making things cheaper. I actually went into it for the magic resistance. So right here I got 2 out of 3 for 20%, blocks 20% of spells effects, and then I went into Atronach for absorb 30% of magicka of any spells that hit you. Now if you're a Breton, if you're a Breton, don't get this one. Just go straight up to Atronach, because if you don't get Atronach, you have to get 3 out of 3 for this one, I think. And that costs the same amount as going up to the top. They both cost 5, but at the top you absorb, this one you block. So I would much rather absorb versus block. So that right there is a total of 50% magic resistance. With Dark Elf, so that's an extra 50% against fire. Elemental protection is 50% frost, shock, and fire. So then after that, if you enchant a shield with my Daedric shield enchanted with shock and frost, no potions used, 46% is the normal That's enough with 1550. The max cap is 85. Now, going to address my magic resistance. Lordstone. The Lordstone is good. If you're a Breton, you can eliminate the Lordstone instead of taking the perks away from the alteration tree, and then you can get the Steedstone. Unless you go into heavy armor or light armor and make it weigh nothing there. So, like I said, up to you, preference, whatever. That also gives you 50 more armor rating. Instead of repose is a quest reward from where is it? Hey, no, it is from, where did that quest go? I don't know where that quest went. Crap, what the hell is it called? I can't remember what the quest is called. Sorry about that. I'll try and put it in the description or something. Unless anybody else knows what it is. Yeah, it's just not coming to me right now. Digital Shield is resistance against shock and frost. And then, because Dark Elf is the extra fire that's up here. So, Agent Amara is from the Book of Love quest. I remember that one. So that gives me a plus 15. So that puts me at 90% in total. This magic resistance is, oh shit. That magic resistance is from the alteration, so that's not an extra 20. That's from the perk. So 20 and 15, that's 35, plus the Lordstone is, I think, 60. 35, 5 is 40, and 20 is 60. Now you add the Atronach perk, and that's 90. That's 5% over cap. Cap is 85. And then you add resistance to frost, shock, and fire, and you basically take no damage from frost, shock, and fire. Like, you will take some damage if you're on normal. If you're on novice, you will probably take, like, basically no damage. If you're on master, you'll take a bit more damage. I think that's basically it for this video. Based on that, shouts I guess I can cover. I'm gonna say Disarm is my favorite. I do use Unrelenting Force a lot too, but that's only because I don't have 5 out of 5 or Disarm. If you go into block, don't go to the right. In my opinion, it's somewhat useless. Just go up to the left, up to shield charge. Going up to the right, the Disarm perk doesn't do it enough for my liking, and the other two perks don't do enough damage, and the Power Bash is useless. Shield block, or using your shield, you just go like this and block, like do that. You don't need any perks for that, and it still stuns your enemy, like so. So don't go to the right, unless you really love it or something. I don't know. So Magicka health and stamina. Basically went Magicka health and stamina. Stamina was 450, health 350, magic 300. Enchantments do raise those to 434, 417, and 517 in total. The reason why my stamina is high is because I like the carry weight. My carry weight is 575 without the Steedstone and with pickpocketing perk. That to me is a lot because it allows you to run far. It allows you to hit a lot. It allows you to do a lot of power attacks. That can be argued though if you're using respite, whatever the fuck you want to call it, from healing spells restore stamina. So basically you can make that like 200 and then just keep restoring it if you make restoration cost nothing. The same goes for health. If you make restoration cost nothing, your health doesn't have to be extremely high. And then in that case, if you go what I did, go alteration and illusion, and actually use quite a bit of those spells, then you can make your magic higher. Or if you don't go into alteration or illusion, you can make your magic at 100 and go fully into health and stamina, and then just make restoration cost nothing, and you really don't need magic for anything. So that is that. I don't know if I covered their class you could be, but you could also be Nord and just do the same thing I did with Dark Elf, just instead of Fire Frost. So that's part 1. I'll see you guys in part 2 of my Pally build.